Looking for the best paintbrushes to bring your projects to life with smooth, flawless strokes? You've come to the right place. Our channel shares daily product reviews to help you make smarter choices for your home, hobbies, and lifestyle. Stick around as we reveal the top paintbrushes that deliver precision, durability, and comfort. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more helpful recommendations. Number 1. Purdy XL Glide 2-inch Paintbrush. The Purdy XL Glide took top honors in our lineup with its ultra-fine bristle tips that left our trim boards smooth and sleek. The 2-inch wide brush is just the right size for painting most standard trim boards, and the angled bristles make it easy to create straight, crisp painted lines along the edges of the boards. The Purdy XL Glide features a copper ferrule, the band that holds the bristles in place so they don't flay, and the handle is made from smooth hardwood. A slight contour in the handle made it easy to hold and control the brush, and the wood absorbs light moisture to keep the handle from feeling slick should it get wet. When the final coat of test paint dried, it was smooth. Very few brush marks could be seen, even when we held the board under intense light. Part of that was due to our use of high-quality, self-smoothing paint. But without the Purdy brush, we could not have attained such a professional finish. Number 2. 1000 Pro Grade 5-piece Flat and Angle Paintbrush Set. For a fine array of brushes at a budget-friendly price, it's hard to beat this set of paintbrushes from Pro Grade. The set features 5 different size brushes, ranging in bristle width from 1 inch to 2.5 inches to suit a range of trim board sizes. Despite the low price point, each Pro-Grade trim paintbrush performed well in our tests. While their bristle tips are less refined than some of the other brushes we tested, they gave us excellent finish results when used with high-quality, self-smoothing paint. We checked the finished trim boards under strong light when they dried and saw very few brush strokes. We were impressed overall, especially considering the set's affordability. A slight downside: we found an errant bristle that came off one of the Pro-Grade brushes that we had to pick out of our wet paint. But there was only one. We felt that was still pretty good, as even a high-end brush can lose a bristle now and then. Number 3. Worcester Brush Shortcut 2-inch Angle Paintbrush. Sometimes a long paintbrush handle is too cumbersome to fit into narrow spots, such as between the side of a cabinet and a wall that sits just inches away. We've used Worcester shortcut brushes in the past, primarily for cutting in along walls in restricted spots, but now we could see how well they performed the delicate task of trim painting. The stubby handle on the shortcut is flexible and bends easily to either side, but it's still sturdy enough to control the bristles and paint placement. Painting trim typically takes a light touch rather than excess pressure, so the handle didn't bend much in our tests. Still, it's a nice feature. The 2-inch shortcut brush features angled nylon polyester bristles that narrow to fine tips. While we got a decent finish on our test boards, it wasn't quite as smooth as the finish left by the Purdy brushes. It was still acceptable because we tested with self-smoothing paint, but we could see a few brush marks under strong light after the second coat dried. Number 4. Purdy XL Glide 3.5-inch Paintbrush. Wide trim boards are more likely to show brush marks simply because there's more surface area to catch the light, so even tiny discrepancies in the painted finish will show up. Unless you're highly skilled at finish painting, using a narrow brush is probably a mistake because it can take 3 or more overlapping strokes to cover a wide trim board from side to side, increasing the risk of visible marks. It offers a wide bristle base that's angled for cutting in along edges. We were able to paint wide trim boards with just a couple of strokes. The handle is made from smooth hardwood, which absorbs a bit of moisture to keep it from getting slippery. And the brush has a nice copper ferrule, but we found it slightly bulky. For trim painting, the bristle's thickness from front to back is more than we felt was necessary, and it added more bulk and weight than we really wanted. Number 5. Richard Gooseneck 2.5-inch Paintbrush. Painting trim often means bending over or reaching overhead for hours on end, which can cause discomfort. The Richard 2.5-inch Gooseneck paintbrush won't prevent the need to reach overhead, but it comes with a flexible handle that can be bent at an angle to keep the painter from bending their wrist. We'd never used a gooseneck brush before, and when the Richard brush arrived, it was perfectly straight, not bent at all. It takes some effort to bend the stiff brush handle, but once bent, it stays at that angle. It doesn't gradually straighten back out. That's a plus. Another perk with the Richard gooseneck is the ability to attach a screw-in extension pole. The Richard brush did a decent job of feathering out paint on our test boards, but we found two wayward bristles embedded in the paint. We think that was a fluke, however, because after washing the brush and letting it dry, we tugged firmly at the bristles and no more came out.